The issue of surplus. Food waste, or surplus, is the third largest emitter of greenhouse gases worldwide. While most food is wasted within the home and hospitality sectors, food can also be classed as surplus within the manufacturing and supply chain. Things like packaging errors, sell-by date, retailer rejections, and customer buying habits can all affect how food becomes surplus. While the ideal solution is to create less waste, there are actions that can be taken to redistribute surplus food and stop it going to landfill. FareShare Sussex is an example of a food surplus distribution centre and a member of the Flavour project. They receive food from a variety of different suppliers. During the summer months, they will often receive fresh produce directly from farmers. They also receive stock from supermarkets and wholesalers, as well as donations from the public. All the food they deliver is of good quality and has not exceeded its expiry date. Working with food surplus. Working in a warehouse environment is always busy. There are lots of checks you need to carry out and safety measures you need to adhere to when handling and working with food. To work in a warehouse, you need to be physically able to lift and carry stock and demonstrate good listening and communication skills. Most importantly, you need to be able to work well as part of a team and follow safety guidelines and instructions. Delivery compliance. When receiving deliveries of chilled food, it is important to work quickly. Chilled food can only be outside of the fridge for 30 minutes. Within a fridge or cold room, there should be allocated zones for different types of food. Meat needs to be kept separate from any other food source. Raw meat should always be placed at the bottom of any shelving. Food that is not chilled is called ambient and must be stored off of the ground and in a clean environment. Input protocol. Every item of food that is delivered has to be inputted into an electronic stock management system. It's important to accurately label any food that comes in so that you can easily identify things like allergens and use-by dates. Using equipment. When putting deliveries away, it is crucial that you follow manual handling guidelines. In the warehouse, you will find various equipment. It is important that you don't use any equipment that you have not been trained on. These blue ladders will help you put stock away and move it at height. You should never attempt to lift anything above shoulder height or anything that is above 10 kilograms. This pump truck is an efficient tool for moving pallets around the warehouse. You should always be aware of other people in the warehouse while using equipment. Manual handling. While lifting and moving deliveries, first make sure your path is clear. Then always bend your knees and keep your back straight. If in doubt, move like a robot. Move your whole body around an object rather than twisting the top half of your body. Only trained operators should use a forklift. You should always keep a good distance from them and be aware while forklifts are in operation around the warehouse. How food is distributed. The team at FareShare Sussex deliver food 5 days a week with 5 vans and a cargo bike. When the vans are packed, they are loaded so that the food for each delivery is separated and clearly labelled. Trays of food should be stacked neatly and evenly so they are less likely to move in transit. Their refrigerated vehicles keep the stock below 5 degrees Celsius overnight, so they are ready to depart for their routes first thing in the morning. At FareShare Sussex in Brighton, the fleet of vehicles are always busy out on rounds, and as they move towards their goal of being carbon neutral, they have expanded their fleet to include electric and even pedal-powered vehicles. The vehicles deliver all over Sussex and Surrey, and also deliver to many local projects in Brighton and Hove. Each day, they deliver to up to 35 different organisations, including homeless shelters, food banks, nurseries, and community centres. One such organisation is the Garden Cafe in Hove, where we met Juliet.
It originated in my kitchen, and I started sort of feeding about 20, 30, then it grew to 70, and then when the council phoned up and said any chance you could make it, I think it was 200? 250. I thought better move it to the cafe. And then, yeah, that's how it all sort of started, really. FareShare has an enormous impact on the business, I would say, because from our budget that we are given from the council, the budget only allows us to put a very small sort of quantity of essentials in, but with FareShare we can put all the lovely extras that we get from them. There's an ability to reach people that wouldn't normally be reached. It's just been such a rewarding project, I must say.
Cleaning and compliance. When all the orders have been delivered and completed, there's still plenty of work to be done in the warehouse. To meet compliance needs, we have to record fridge temperatures, making sure that they are always below 5 degrees Celsius, and ensure all areas are clean, tidy, and hygienic. At the end of the day, just time to run final health and safety checks before pulling the shutters down on another day of fighting hunger and tackling food waste. The Flavour project is all about finding new ways to reduce food waste and create labour opportunities. Made up of 10 partner organisations from Belgium, France, and the United Kingdom. The aim of the project is to investigate new ways to value food, reduce food waste, and increase job opportunities for the long-term unemployed. For more information, go to flavour2cs.eu.